Hello everybody, welcome back to Waffles RC. We are back on the 79. Today we are working on the tray and canopy setup. We are going to get this finished and decked out with all the accessories that are supposed to go with it. They're in a bag right up there. So first thing I'm going to do is try to make a door. So I have these cheapo hinges from the hardware store. Got them just like that. Put two of them on here. I'm going to cut a piece of sheet metal to make a door, then weld the hinges to the tray and then to the door itself and figure out some type of locking mechanism. I don't know, but we will get to that when we get to it. So before we get to work, just want to mention a few things. Thank you to all of you who have contributed, watched the videos. Just all of you are amazing. All the comments are so positive. Keep it up. We really appreciate it more than you know. If you'd like to contribute to all these builds to keep building more, you can go on to tiptopjar/wafflesrc. Link will be right here. You can contribute that way, or you can become a member for $2.99 a month. Still working on trying to get some extra videos into that. Any contributions will be greatly appreciated. It's all just going straight back into these things. If you can't, then just keep watching the videos because that truly does help too. So thank you very much, and let's get back to it. All right, guys, this is what I have come up with. Yes, that is not straight, and that's because these bars are not as equal as I thought they would be. But the whole thing's going to be painted black, so that'll kind of hopefully blend in. But we have an opening door. Oh, that was loud. Luckily, I had butted it up against the hinges so much that it actually adds a little resistance, so it stays open on its own and stays relatively closed on its own. It might make a little noise while driving, but certainly better than trying to figure out a latch system. And I was trying to think of like a stick to hold this thing up, and I was not looking forward to trying that. So now I'm going to make a plate for in here, some tabs to weld onto the frame piece, so that way I can bolt it in, because this is where our accessories are going to sit. Let's do a quick time lapse of making that piece, and then we'll move on to all the accessories for this. Alright, so I forgot to hit the record button for the time lapse when I cut this thing out, so I cut this out. Now you can imagine it. This, obviously, is going to sit right in there, just like that. Welded these tabs right here, as you saw, so that way I can bolt this in and out. The only reason why I made this bolt in and out is because this is what accessories are going to sit on. So let's get out all the accessories that I have for this tray. And here are all the accessories that are going on the tray. So we have a milk crate, some oil jugs, some ammo cans, traction boards, fuel cans, toolbox, ice chest. Now I only pointed at those fuel cans because those two are for something else. But for right now, focusing on all this. Before we get to placement of where I'm going to be putting all these parts that you saw, plus more, are at a shop on Etsy called ASA3 Scale Products. I'll put the name right here. It's on Etsy. That's the name of the shop. The guy's name is Adam. He is very kind. He actually sent me the milk crate with the oil jugs and the ammo cans for free, which was very nice of him. Was not expecting that. If you guys do go to his shop on Etsy, which I highly recommend that you do, if you do go there at checkout from the product in his store, if you enter the code, which I'll put right here, WafflesRC, it'll get you 10% off at checkout on anything that you buy from his shop. That code is valid until December 31st, 2024. and his stuff is very high quality. I'm super impressed. I really like his stuff, so I want to promote him. And now I feel like a pro YouTuber because I have a discount code for you guys. So go check his shop out. There's some pretty cool stuff on there, more than what I just got. So let's see where we're going to put them all. Okay, so we have our tray and we have all of our stuff. So we'll put our oil cans back in the milk crate, move everything. So this is where I'm going to put everything on this tray. So ice chest, which I have a surprise for that if I can make it work. Toolbox, milk crate. So that is the inside. And then when you close it, oh look, there's nothing. So the fuel cans will be going right there. Ammo cans will be going right there, because nothing says safety better than ammo and fuel right next to each other. Once again, an American, if they had a 79. And then our spare tire is going to go right there. Hey, it actually stayed this time. Nice. Still debating. I don't know if I want to cover up the wheel by putting traction boards right there, or if I want to move these out and put it behind it. I'm just going to start putting stuff together, see where I want to put it, and then figure out what to do with these. But they are going to be somewhere here on the back. I just, looks wise, I want to see if that's going to look better or if back here will look better. I don't know yet. And here is all of the accessories. The spare tire on there, track boards on there, fuel cans, ammo cans, a necessity. And then if we open the door, here we have our toolbox, our crate full of spare parts, and our ice chest. Now the Australians have these fancy devices that bring the ice chest out and down so that way you can reach in. Well, I can't devise that for this, but I did make it so. Yeah, so I know it's not much, but I mean, come on. It's a sliding ice chest. Goes in and out. Out so you can reach it a little bit better. Then in and close. That's awesome. Let's put it on the truck, see how everything looks all together. Oh, that looks so cool. And it's completed. We open that. Fold out the ice chest. What little it does, but hey, something's better than nothing. That is exactly what I wanted. So now I gotta take it all off and finish weld everything. And oh no, I still gotta figure out brake lights. But for accessories, that thing is done. Oh, one more surprise. Sorry. Every overlander knows that they need solar panels. So I found these on the internet. They were dirt cheap. I got 3 of them. Now, they supposedly are functional. That's why they have wires coming off of them. I don't know what they charge, and it's not going to do anything for this unless somebody can tell me how or if these can be wired up to this whole system, which I doubt. But worst come to worst, they're just going to get stuck up there, and they're going to be there for looks. Purely looks. I think it's a fun additional accessory for this thing. If we're camping or whatever scale people do. There you go. Now we're ready to camp and fix stuff and do other stuff with ammo cans. You know what I mean. Also, I actually cleared everything. Oh wait, no I didn't. Didn't quite clear the dash. So I pretty much decided I'm just going to put a battery in here. Just slide it in here. I was going to put it back here, but that's just going to add even more weight onto the back. So figure I'll put it up in here, make a little tray for it, so that way the battery can sit inside here. I'm not going to be putting people in there, even though I have the dash. It does look cool. I'm not doing the whole people thing. Oh, and I guess I forgot to show also that I got drive shafts. Yeah, you can see it. I got drive shafts, and they actually measured out correctly. So this thing is just one less step away from being able to drive. Still have quite a bit of work to do, but for right now, let's finish this thing off. Gotta take all this off. Gotta weld a plate onto this open side clean up all the welds. I'm not going to have this one open for a couple of reasons. One, I don't have any more hinges. Two, no, I don't feel like it. So that's just going to be solid. Maybe you guys can let me know what other stuff I could put like up here, like another shelf or something. Maybe I'll put a shelf, and somebody knows of somewhere I can, I don't know. Shoot me some ideas. Let me know what I can do up here as a shelf, because I know they have those. Alright, here's the other side. Ooh, that was loud. Got the bend in there, welded all the corners, and I put this bar up here with 4 tack welds because this side has the hinges, and I welded this bar in just to fill it in, make it look a little bit cleaner, but I wanted it to match. So I put this one up here just for that reason. So this one does not open. Still trying to pick which brake lights I want to run on this thing. So this is essentially done for now until I figure out the brake lights, and then that's ready for paint. So what we're going to move on to now is on that, we need to get the cab on. We're going to start working on a front bumper. The front bumper. It is still very hot. I just took some 16 gauge sheet metal, did that for the top. All the flat pieces that I used for tabs, I used that as the edges, welded it together, ground it down, made it real nice. Now I'm sure quite a number of you are going to be worried about weight, because that thing is quite heavy. The whole thing is going to be quite heavy, and a lot of you, or not a lot of you, sorry, but a lot of people are concerned about weight when it comes to their RCs. So what I did to make sure that weight isn't that much of an issue for me, so I added more. So I just cut a bunch of pieces. Stupid fly. Cut a bunch of pieces of the 1/2 inch flat stock that I use. Did 4 pieces and unnecessarily welded it in with spot welds to keep it in there. So the reason why I did that is because of that. That's putting a lot of weight on the back of that, and I need the front to have some weight too. Yes, there's the motor and the steering servo, but that's not quite enough from my experience. So made this heavy monstrosity to counteract the weight. If this was going to be like a full crawler like some of the other ones up there, I wouldn't be putting this much weight. But this is more of a scale build, so it's not going to be doing the crazy rocks. Maybe. I probably will still try. But that's not what I'm building it for. This is more of a trail vehicle. So it's going to be my scale, my actual scale build. So I am not concerned about weight. I'm concerned about functionality. Is it going to be heavy for an RC? Yes. Do I care? No, not one bit. This is going to counteract all the weight of the tray, and I still have to put more on this too. And also, remember, this thing's going to be towing a trailer, so that's going to pull more weight down on the back, especially on trails and obstacles. So more weight on the front means it keeps the front down. Trailer's not going to be super heavy, so I'm not that concerned. So that is how I feel about this. You know what? In reality, build it how you want. It doesn't matter. You don't have to stay on the norm of what everybody else is doing. Build it for what you want. I want this to be more functional, so it's going to be heavy. And Ask the Australians. Their 79s that they drive that are all kitted out like this, and you know, the full-size ones, the one-to-ones, I guess you would say. Ask them how many of those 79s are lightweight vehicles. They're not. They're very heavy, but they're good for touring. They tow boats, they tow campers, they tow whatever the heck they want, honestly. 79s are all heavy. So, if anything, I'm keeping it more true to scale. Let's get back to work. Enough of me ranting. Everybody's always concerned about weight when I'm not. It's still really hot. Oh. And here is the incredibly hot bumper that has now cooled down, except for I just welded it and touched it again. Anyhow, got the sliders on as well. Got this fitted up. Yes, there's a gap there, but that's because the frame is not even to the body. But that's what happens when you make stuff from scratch and you don't use tape measures or rulers or stuff like this. Now, put the cab on here once this cools down a bit more, and we'll start working on the bull bar part and the brush guards along the sides to connect to the sliders. Here's the bull bar and the brush guards, both sides. I added these here because, well, I wanted to. So I took some creative liberties on how I designed this. It does not look like anything else that I've been able to find, but that's fine because this is mine. So let's put everything together after we clean up the mess and see how it all looks. Here it is, mostly finished, at least the tray and accessories. Especially love the sliding cooler. This thing just looks so cool. Bumper looks a little, just looks different. I mean, I like it, that's why I did it. And remember, this is mine, so that's why I did it the way that I did. I'm so incredibly happy with how everything has turned out. Brush guards, sliders. I mean, come on. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Gotten this thing really far. I'm so happy with that. I'm happy with how the entire thing has turned out. But next week we are going to be turning the bed or the tub into a trailer to tow behind this thing. So this is essentially done minus paint, but I still have to do, I gotta add some sheet metal to the rock sliders for electronics. I gotta make a battery tray inside the cab and then paint it, and then it's ready to go. Trailer, just gonna keep it simple. Just gonna do simple frame, tongue out. I do have accessories planned for inside, not just a random empty trailer. And yeah, tailgate opens. Don't know what that's going to do in the future, but trailer will also have lights. Everything will have lights. But I got to trim this thing up, cut all the stuff off to make it look like it would be a trailer, because it has all these tabs and everything for like when it hooks up into the truck. But we're not using that, so we get rid of it. And I know a few of you said don't give up on the leaf springs on the truck itself. Well, if we go by scale, a lot of people with 79s convert them over to coils in the back, so that's fine. But since we are still using the 79 bed, we are going to use leaf springs for the suspension on the trailer, because why not? So that will have leaf springs. So yeah, just a reminder, if you want any of these scale products that you see on here, so just a reminder, if you want any of these scale products, you'll go onto Etsy and look for the shop ASA3 Scale Products. He has a list of all of his products, and on checkout, if you order from him, if you use the code WafflesRC, put it right here, you'll get 10% off on your checkout for anything from his store, and that expires on December 31st at the end of this year of 2024. So go and help him out. He's very nice, very fast shipping, makes very good detailed products, and he has more stuff than just what you see here. So go check out his shop on Etsy. Help him out, help me out, use that code. It's going to work out better for you guys because you get 10% off. So that's it for this week. Join us next week and we'll get working on that trailer. Have a good one.